Right, we're on the road again. Titleist CB 718 with Dan Hendriksen. Oh, a bit bumpy. Torquay Golf Club. Let's show you what the CB 718 could do for your golf.
Looking forward to this one.
Yeah, let's get stuck in. Right, CB Titleist 718. I'm just going to talk to you about the tech that they've showed me here. So what they're saying is there's improved CG progression. So they're going to have progressive CG from long irons to short irons to try and maximise launch spin. It's a forged 1025 carbon steel body, thin HSS face insert, high density tungsten weight and caps. 8 to pitch and wedge is a one piece forged carbon steel. So we're getting progression in tungsten weights, into CG placement, into long to short irons, which makes perfect sense in these kind of clubs because you're trying to maximise kind of potential in the long irons to hit it not so well, and then in the short irons you don't need that help because loft is there to be your friend. So again, we get that little bit of a carved off front part here, kind of bezeled off for the relief in the turf interaction. Thin top lines, thin soles, and this little bit of cavity helping. Tungsten weight out in the toe on some of the irons to obviously give you that freedom of feeling a bit more confident as you get into those harder hit clubs. Again, squat blade length, which looks beautiful. Top line that looks stunning, next to no offset. Felt and sounded as good as anything I've hit. What about you, Dan?
Yeah, it did. It's the one that's most excited me out of all of them, to be honest, and didn't disappoint with that stripe. It was lovely.
So you say it's the one that excites you the most because you do buy into the fact that you want that little bit more forgiveness. Is that right?
Yeah, it is. I just like that feel, that confidence of a bit of help. Knowing, looking down at it, that it looks like a blade, but yeah, it's just that off-centered strike that I sometimes get nowadays. I just want that little bit of help, and I think it's more mental than anything else. Yeah. But it definitely fills me with more confidence. 4-iron then, Dan. How much down at the ball do you feel like that helps you at all?
Yeah, that there. I was just comparing it then to the MB,
okay,
and I don't even know what it is that looks different about it. It's probably just slightly the thicker top line, maybe fractionally,
yeah,
but it just looks friendlier. I'm definitely losing sleep with that, but I'm definitely liking this, so I could game this definitely.
So CB, you feel like you could game. MB, you would never even consider it?
I would consider it up to 6-iron.
Yeah, not in the 4-iron.
Definitely not in the 4-iron.
Okay. Right, 4-iron off the tee, got to hit it about 200 yards, 210?
210, yeah.
Let's see what you got. That's a good shot. Plenty of height, isn't it?
Definitely up there. And it's actually a nice height.
Yeah, that's a good
nice
shot.
height.
So as a 4-iron goes, yes, it does offer a bit more help. We get the tungsten weight and obviously progressive CG to help you, but it's still a very thin top line and thin sole. But I also feel in this test from a tee, it wouldn't bother me at all either of the CB or the MB, because from the tee it's just so friendly. You know, it's all on me. Again, I've hit that pretty good, and that is a nice flight. Again, from the tee, I just feel I can get away with anything. It's interesting to see the distance on those two, knowing that we're so similar on our dry ball data numbers. I would argue with your little draw or your flight, that's going to be 10 yards past mine, but we're going to have a look.
Both good heights?
Yeah, plenty of height from the tee. So before we show you where these 4-irons are finished, let's show you our dry ball data captured inside here at Torquay Golf Club in Dan's Performance Fitting Studio. Let's show you the numbers. Right, Dan's CB numbers, 718. So carrying 157 a little bit further, spin drop down slightly to 1.6. So with anyone who watched the MB video, he was here at 6.8 numbers to 151. Again, not bad numbers for a 7-iron spinning at 6.6.
It's good. It's good numbers.
topping out at 6.9 on your highest spin, which is kind of again what's written on the bottom. With this kind of club, you'd want that spin number back out.
Absolutely.
So my CB numbers, exactly what I'd like to see. 152 carry, spinning at 6.7. Last one there, spinning at 7.2. So you can see there for me and Dan, what this club is doing is exactly what we'd expect it to do.
Absolutely.
Spin where we'd want it to spin, and that in turn then gives us a bit more control over distance, I always think, because we know exactly how far this is going, and it often stays at that consistent spin rate, which then allows us to feel a bit more confident that we're not going to get that kind of flyer knuckleball stuff. As called, Dan, there's me, and there's you just running to the edge of the fairway. Two pretty straight, decent hits from the tee with that 4-iron.
I think mine was just drawing that little bit more, which probably just jumped it up a bit.
Absolutely. I think yours was maybe a fraction lower as well, which is then going to get it chasing on.
Yeah.
But two decent shots. And as you could see from our dry ball data there, I mean, there's not much actually in the data between this and
the MB.
No. And I think it's what it does is it's just bridging that gap of what you think makes you feel better, rather than something I can actually measure.
And you're right, because it's us hitting in the studio. It's just us hitting in the studio. Out here, we're getting the feel of what the lie is, what the turf conditions are like, what we're playing into. So it's really important to get that out here, isn't it? Yeah. Well,
I think that's the thing. Indoors, you might see like a few hundred revs or even like 4 yards difference, but then you put a bounce and the wind. It's not going to be seen. And I don't think Titleist expect it to be seen. This club, to the Muscleback, the MB, is meant to be the same within reason, apart from maybe a fraction more help with the 4-iron that you might see over a year of playing.
Yeah, I agree.
So we're going to hit a wedge from the semi-rough. This is what I quite like with these clubs, Dan, is obviously the spin numbers are higher, so from this kind of flyer lie, I like the fact that even though you lose control, it's not getting ridiculous. Right. What do you think of the shape of that wedge?
Again, looking down at it, it looks very similar to the MB. A very playable club to me. Beautiful to the eye. Again, would blend in lovely into those Vokeys.
Yeah.
But like you said, I feel really confident going in with this club into that lie that I'm still going to get some decent numbers and get control of that golf ball.
Or a level of control, because obviously the grass is always going to kick you slightly in the goolies, doesn't it?
A little bit of a cut in there. Look.
Yeah. So again, they're just relieving that sole a little bit.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, turf interaction, Dan.
Happy days.
Right, middle of the green competition again.
At that tree is the line.
Because the flags are on the temporaries. Let's see what you've got to offer. Oh, he's pushed it a bit. I could get this one. Yeah, middle back, so it's gone the distance from the rough, but it's on the green. I quite like the round little shape of this. It's pretty. I like, again, the top line is thin, leading edge very much in line with the neck, giving it no offset. There's a bit of a cavity, but you wouldn't need it really to call from it on a wedge so much for this kind of player that's aimed at hitting this club. Right, it's got to get down, I reckon. And right. Oh,
catch that a bit clean. You catch that a bit clean.
Yeah, I did catch that slightly clean.
Yeah, very much ball divot.
But yeah, but I think I've won with your ball divot comment. So I'm in the middle of the green, there's my ball. Dan is a little bit longer, just can't control the spin like me, Dan, you see. So feelings overall then, Dan, you like these? These are the ones you feel like you could play, aren't they?
These are the ones that I could definitely put in my golf bag. Feel like I'd have the confidence to play those right the way through the bag, even up to the 4-iron, and then I'd go into a rescue club. But yeah, I just feel they just feel great, they look great when you look down on them, and I'm standing there with confidence, which is, for me, is the game. When
was the last time you played Titleist clubs in the irons? Because I think every good player at some point in their life has had them.
Probably back in my college days, maybe. So we're talking
about 55 years ago.
Yeah. So 15 years ago, probably. I was sporting these, and I was definitely
DCI or what were you playing? Can you remember?
Yeah, I was in the 962B. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I do.
Really, it's smaller than this. It's tiny.
Yeah.
But yeah, loved that club. But again, you know, that was back in my
in your heyday.
In my heyday.
Now, I don't really see much difference between these and the blades. I understand what Dan is saying. I think it kind of appeals more to his frame of mind of what this iron can do or can't do. And I think the step between these and the blades is so small which isn't a bad thing. I mean, this is as good a looking as any club, and the numbers, as you can see from the dry ball testing, are very similar if you've seen the MB test. I just think people who might prefer, like Dan is saying, that kind of little bit friendlier help in the longer irons, will go for these more than the classic blade, because they might just get that little bit more scared of them. As good as anything. Are they much different to last year's? Not really, or 2 years ago. But remember, Titleist have a 2-year cycle, and I would argue true Titleist fans aren't changing every 2 years. But if you're coming into the market thinking of getting some clubs, these are the irons you're thinking of getting, so some help with beautiful looks. This has to be on the list for testing. It's as good as anything out there. Put comments down there, let me know, what do you think? Would you try them or not? Why would you, why wouldn't you? So why would you test them, why wouldn't you test them? Also hit a thumbs up button as well while you're down there if you're liking the on-course tests. And don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel as always.